I relate to Drax because sometimes I don't know what's going on.
Makes sense. Hi everyone, and welcome back. This is now part 4 of our 5-part series going through the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Behind the Scenes. In this part today, we're going to be continuing our conversation of meeting the Guardians, and then also we'll be doing some fun Guardians themed questions. Alright, so Sarah, you can go ahead and show these different autographs that you got from them because they were so sweet in signing these for Sarah. We can definitely start off with the first one here. You can explain that one.
So this one is from Chris Pratt and James Gunn, the director. And I'll go ahead and read them. Sarah Ann, sorry for the dust. A little bit of dust from Chris's hand. It was so great working with you. You're a star. Much love. God bless. Chris Pratt. That was so sweet. Next is Sarah Ann. Thanks for bringing your magic to Volume 3. We love you. James Gunn.
So what I loved about this is how Chris's hand was like dirty because he was like literally, working with dust and dirt and stuff. And he got it on this paper, but he just wrote sorry for the dust, which I think is so cute. I want that.
Next are these autographs. This says, to Sarah Ann, Karen, Nebula. And then this one says, to Sarah Ann, so happy I met you. Much love, Palm. Mantis, a super cute little heart. And this one says, to Sarah, love Ann, you rock. Zoe Saldana. That was to Sarah Ann. We are Groot. Austin Freeman.
So they were super sweet to sign these. We can hold them up here as a little demo. That concludes us meeting the Guardians there. So now we're going to go into some Guardians of the Galaxy themed questions. Long story short, we were planning on asking this to all the Guardians, but unfortunately that behind the scenes content did not pan out. So we're going to take these questions and ask them to Sarah because we're not going to let these questions go to waste. So I don't think Sarah has seen these questions since we wrote them back in February, so this will be a surprise for both of us. We'll just go person by person, and some of them might not be applicable, but I'll still read them because these were the questions we were planning on asking them. All right, so first up, these are questions that we had for Chris. So Sarah, I'll ask you this question. What song would you add to the Awesome Mix?
No, by Meghan Trainor. Because I love how it's so upbeat and it makes you feel confident and happy. So that's one song that I would definitely add.
Interesting. Meghan Trainor. That, I'm not sure if I would add that to my Awesome Mix. I would say for me it's probably something Shawn Mendes related. Look up at the stars because they were Guardians themed, right? If you had a spaceship, which planet from Guardians or from another world would you visit?
Honestly, I would visit Planet Ego, even though it was destroyed. Because if Ego was still alive, I would beat him to death.
Okay, so that's an interesting answer. I'd want to visit Nowhere because they have all the, especially during Christmas time, all those holiday lights. Or actually, the world of Pandora. Shout out to Zoe. This is literally how the question is written. One of my favorite scenes is your dance-off with Ronan at the end of Volume 1. So remember, this is asking to Chris. That's why it says that. Do you still remember that dance? Can we have a dance-off?
Wait, no, that's so 2020. Moving on.
Comment down below what dance you think that is, because I don't know. What is your favorite scene that you filmed from any of the MCU movies? And I guess for you, it's just this one movie. So what was your favorite scene that you filmed?
I loved filming the dancing scene with Nebula, Drax, and everyone with the song The Dog Days Are Over. Even filming that scene, it was making me cry because I was like, this is my last scene.
So next question for Chris. And it's written literally like this. I'm so excited to be next to you right now. Has there ever been a time when you've been starstruck or really excited to work with someone?
Oh yes. I was so excited to meet the Chris Pratt because I saw him everywhere. Jurassic World and all these other different movies. And I was like, am I actually meeting you right now? So I was definitely in shock when I met him.
I was starstruck as well. Honestly, got starstruck by all of them. So next question, what inspires you, in parentheses, what gets you out of bed every morning?
If it's a school day, I love going to school and meeting all my friends and learning new things every day. And another thing that inspires me, if it's a weekend, if my sister's home, I get to hang out with her every day.
What do you want your fans to know?
Do I have fans?
Theoretical fans.
Theoretical fans. You can do anything if you put your mind to it.
What I want all of her fans to know is God made you special and he loves you very much. That's a quote from VeggieTales. Next is questions for Zoe. What is a character you've portrayed that you relate to the most?
The character I played in Cobra Kai, Young Kim Da-Eun. And I was just a little girl hiding behind a vase, and I was just watching people in awe. And also, I loved to do Taekwondo.
Well, I hope you don't relate to Kim Da-Eun because she's the villain of the show.
Oh, yes.
Alicia is very nice,
yes.
The girl who plays her, but you watch Cobra Kai, you'll know that Kim Da-Eun is not the nicest character. So maybe not relating to the older Kim Da-Eun. So next question that we had for Zoe is, what is your favorite TikTok, reel, or dance trend right now?
I could have my gown. I could wear my Louis Vuitton. Insert music.
Insert music. We can't do that because of copyright, but
oh, yeah.
You can just hear it playing in your head. What is your go-to snack from Crafty?
Welch's fruit snacks are my go-to snack. They make me just feel so energized with all the sugar they have in them.
Mine are those little immunity shots that they have because those things cost $5 at Target, but on Crafty everything's free, so I take all those and I just drink them. All right, what is your favorite fantastical world? And in parentheses I put Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Wars, Harry Potter. Favorite fantasy world?
Nowhere in the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special and Volume 3. I love everything, how it's so bright, if that makes sense. And it's all in a different language, and it's just so amazing.
I have to say for me, it's hands down Harry Potter. I would love to live at Hogwarts. All right, next question. What do you like to do during your free time?
I usually hang out with my sis, or I hang out with one of my neighbors and her little puppy.
I know what her true hobby during her free time is. She watches TikTok nonstop, makes TikToks, buys TikTok products. TikTok needs to sponsor her.
That is very true.
Now these questions were for Palm, who again plays Mantis. If you weren't an actor, what would you be?
So for me, since I am just a little child, when I grow up, if I wasn't an actor, I would be a TV news anchor. And, I love to talk very loudly. So I would love to be broadcasted on the news and just telling everyone specifically the weather and everything they need to know.
All right, and this question is written for Palm, so it's not going to make much sense for Sarah, but I'll read it anyways. You have some of the best lines in Volume 2. Do fans quote some of your iconic lines to you when they see you?
No, because I don't have any lines in Volume 2.
Pick your favorite, baby, teen, or adult Groot, and now I will add Swole Groot from the holiday special.
Honestly, Baby Groot for life. These sparkling eyes when Baby Groot looks at me makes me feel warm and cozy inside.
Yeah, it's really cool. We found out that James Gunn is Baby Groot. He did the motion capture for Baby Groot's dance in the beginning of Volume 2 to Mr. Blue Sky. And we watched a video where we found out that Baby Groot is actually Asian. And what I mean by that is that person who created the look and the visual development for Baby Groot, he modeled Baby Groot after his son, and they're Filipino. The next question is, what do you think is the cutest animal from Guardians?
Probably the imaginary pig I created in my mind.
So if you don't know what she's talking about, go watch the other parts about filming a whole scene with invisible animals. I would have to say probably Baby Rocket if you've seen the trailer for Volume 3. He's adorable. You don't know the answer to this question, but what is the name of your group chat with the other Guardians?
If I had a group chat with all those famous Guardians, I would call it Awesome Mix.
The Awesome Mix group chat? Okay. These next set of questions here are for Mr. Will Poulter. If Warlock had a spin-off show or movie, what would it be about?
It would be about him saving the galaxy.
Okay, that's fair. So I've read some theories out there. People think that Warlock will be the new leader of the new Guardians of the Galaxy because his current group will be disbanded. So we'll see if that pans out. I'm a sucker for those origin stories. I guess maybe he didn't even have like a childhood stage because he was just born by the gold people. Maybe this is not even a spin-off that'll be shown in volume 3. I'm not even sure. But like the beginning stages, you know, of his life. Actually, one thing that'll be explored probably in volume 3 is how he's very naive in the world because he was just kind of born into this adulthood. But we'll see. I think another cool spin-off would be who would he go well with in terms of pairing?
I think that Warlock would be paired with Groot because, I mean, everyone wants to work with Groot, right? Groot is just such a gentle person.
True. I would love to see Warlock with, I don't know, maybe like Thor or someone like that. Thor has already worked with the Guardians before. He knows the general vibe of the Guardians. Comment down below who you think Warlock would be paired well with, like for a spin-off show in the MCU. The next question for Will Poulter. What's the craziest thing you've had to do for a role?
In The Valet, one of my first movies, I had to try a food that I did not like at all. They're like little dumplings filled with kimchi, which is kind of like a spicy cabbage. So I had to eat that on camera. Spoiler alert, they did not put that scene on the movie.
That answer really hurts me because Korean food is my favorite cuisine. We're gonna try to get Sarah to eat more kimchi. Okay, so next question. If you were stuck on a desert island with an Avenger, who would you pick?
The Tom Holland Spider-Man. Because in Infinity War, Tom Holland was like one of the funniest characters.
I do love Tom Holland. Would love to chat with him on a desert island. Maybe have Zendaya there too. That'd be cool. In terms of like thinking practically, like who's the like strongest Avenger or something. I don't know. Maybe like Hulk's pretty smart. Oh, Doctor Strange. So these questions are now for Dave, who plays Drax. So what were some alternative options for the Drax laugh?
I have no idea because I am not Drax. So we're gonna leave it at that.
Which new character from this film do you think people will be most excited to meet?
Probably Will Poulter, aka Warlock.
I think he's gonna be the favorite from this movie. I think people are going to also be surprised by the Pete cameo. I think probably people, I don't really know what Pete's character does in this film, but I think people will be excited to see him in this movie. I think people have been very excited to meet Cosmo in the holiday special, so there will be more Cosmo in this movie. Our next question: what is your favorite Guardians meme that you've seen?
I think it was Peter Quill doing a really funny face, like pointing to the ground, and it was like when your teacher assigns you homework or something.
I think one of my favorite things I've seen is we were talking to my uncle the other day and he had a picture from the makeup trailer and they had a picture of Drax and it was basically like a Bob Ross and it was one of the makeup people like photoshopped onto Bob Ross's body and they were like, we're just gonna paint a happy little Drax because you know, happy little clouds. That's probably my favorite because they had it actually like on set in the makeup trailer.
Actually, my favorite video meme is probably in Infinity War. There was Drax saying, "Why is Gamora?" That is my favorite line.
Last question for Drax. What is one thing you can't live without?
Is TikTok.
All right, next we're gonna move on to the questions for Miss Karen. So describe this movie in one word.
Adventurous! Because this movie definitely includes a lot of running.
What do you do between takes?
If I did have a line, I would look over those definitely. Or if there were celebrities or just any other characters, I would chat with them.
How has Nebula grown since the last film?
I don't know.
But I think she's growing a lot. I think people really like Nebula. I mean, clearly she's already grown from the holiday special. She is participating in the festivities, so excited to see how she will continue to grow a stronger bond with all the Guardians. Karen's personality is very different from Nebula, at least the Nebula that was first introduced into the films. And so this question was, which Guardian do you think reflects your own personality the most?
For me, honestly, Mantis. Because Mantis is like, I want to say embarrass people, but I don't embarrass people, hopefully.
For me, I feel like I wish I could say Gamora because she is not afraid of anything. But in terms of who I relate to the most, I don't know. I don't really honestly think I am personality-wise like any of them. And I think it's just because like the Guardians, like, they're all, you know, super adventurous and super out there.
I think I relate to Drax, actually, because I laugh at the most random times, and also sometimes I don't know what's going on. So I think I relate to Drax.
Makes sense. Next, we're gonna move on to the questions for Mr. James Gunn, the director of the movie. So a lot of these we're probably not gonna be able to answer, but enjoy these questions anyways. How do you get the ideas for your scripts?
I don't write scripts, so I have no clue.
Did you always want to be a director growing up?
I know.
How did you pick the songs in the awesome mix?
I didn't, so I have no clue.
What does your screenwriting process look like for you? What does a typical day look like for you? Turns out we cannot answer any of the questions from Mr. James Gunn. So James Gunn, if you're watching this, you can answer those questions down below. That concludes part 4 of our series here. So definitely keep watching for part 5. Part 5 is where we will conclude things by talking about her last days on set, which were in March and April. So see you there.
Bye! Thank you so much for watching this video. Go check out the previous video on this side of the screen and the next video on this side of the screen. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment down below, and follow me on Instagram at SarahAnn_official.